And hello there, all you Stay Tuners. Welcome back to another episode of Stay Tuned Sports. I'm your good friend Jimbo here. Um, Back after a little scare there with my laptop over the weekend. If you guys were watching the Green Bay Packers Philadelphia Eagles live stream with our good buddy King and everybody in the chat there, was not able to live stream with you guys. I was able to be in the chat because of my phone, but yeah, Friday night it was either Friday night or Saturday night. I forget which day I was racing. iRacing. I like to iRace on the weekends here, and computer just went bloop and just went blank. And computers. The laptop I have is a couple years old. I thought I crapped to bed, which would really suck because I don't have money for a new computer right now. But turns out, and I've heard this happen a couple times before with other people, my laptop did a Windows update while I was racing, and there was some type of glitch, I guess, with a couple of files that the Windows update did. But luckily, I was able to get those files fixed by the people I took my laptop to, and here I am. So I'm back. So a bad start to the weekend. A good finish to the weekend with the Eagles beating the Green Bay Packers. Not a very nice looking win. I mean, it basically looked like both teams were trying to lose. But hey, we won. I'll touch on that game in a little bit here. But before we get going here, please head down to the like and subscribe buttons down there. We're still pushing for the goal for 300 here. We got about a month left or so. Our goal was to hit 300 before the football season was over. Still need some work, but with your guys' help, we could achieve that goal. If you guys like what you see too, and want to help out as far as donations or anything like that, down in the description I have our donation link that you could donate whatever you want. Right now, our leader in the clubhouse is Pecan with a $15 donation. Now, I don't have all the cool graphics and everything that we normally have when King's here, but we usually put Pecan's name there. So if you outbid him, then you'll get your name on the broadcast as well. And also we have the merch store down there. King just added some new stuff there, so if you want to head down there and see what we got in there, we got some NFL stuff. I believe the last thing he added was the Ohio State Notre Dame national title t-shirt in there. So I mean, speaking of that, we had the Green Bay Eagles game, which I'll touch on briefly because I mean pretty much like that game was boring as shit. But the Notre Dame Penn State game that was played last Thursday, it has to be like top 3, top 4 greatest games to watch. And as a football fan, I mean, as a Notre Dame fan, it was killing my nerves. But both defenses were very impressive. Both offenses were good when they needed to show up. I should say that the Penn State running game was good when they needed to show up. Drew Aller really wasn't that good. No completions to the receivers. I don't even think there was targets to the receivers. And I really thought if it stayed close like this, Penn State was going to pull it out, and it looked like they were going to pull it out. For some reason, Drew Aller and James Franklin and that offense decided to pass on that last drive, and we were able to intercept the ball, run couple run plays, get in the field goal position, and Jeter kicked the field goal straight through, sending us to the national title, national title game. And at that point, we didn't know if we were playing Ohio State and Texas. A lot of people were asking me who would I rather play, and before the game started, I mean, I would have rather played Texas because I felt like they were the easier team. but I kind of wanted to play Ohio State so that way we could beat them and basically tell everybody, shut the hell up now. We beat Georgia, we beat the SEC team, we beat Penn State, who was a very good Penn State team, and with Ohio State, especially with everything that happened earlier in the season with Ryan Day and Lou Holtz, or was that was last season? With that all happening, it would be good to beat them, and kind of going back to the Penn State Notre Dame game, it was just such an emotional roller coaster. I mean, if you guys again were watching, I kind of broke tears. King, I'll give him credit. He held up pretty good until we got off air, and I mean we sat here and talked for about a half hour about the game, and just he was shaking, I was shaking, just could not believe we pulled it out. Hopefully, one more game. Marcus Freeman gets the boys fired up and ready to go. Hopefully, he gives another speech like he gave at halftime. I mean, if you get a chance, go look up Marcus Freeman's halftime speech to Notre Dame when they were down 7-0 against Penn State last week. Yelling at the boys. But you know what? Here's one problem with some of these coaches is that they like to scream at players, thinking they're motivating them, but they're really not because of how they're coming across. And if you watch that video, how Marcus Freeman is coming across, he knows how to motivate these guys. He may be screaming at them, but he was positive with his actions, his words, and all that stuff. And I mean, it makes you want to run through a wall for him. So I mean, that's all I'll pretty much say about the Notre Dame Penn State game. Kind of sticking with Notre Dame. King kind of got me fired up earlier today because of our I'm not even gonna call him a good buddy, Brian Kelly. He's a douchebag, asshole, and I'm trying to keep it nice here because. So basically, in an interview, I'm assuming either today or yesterday, he came out and said that he's happy for Notre Dame to get to the national title, but they're mostly his guys that Freeman is using. And he went on to say that he definitely thinks Notre Dame could win championships. The follow-up question was, what does he think about the backlash he keeps getting from Notre Dame fans about leaving the way he left? And he said, Notre Dame could definitely win championships. He just felt he needed a different challenge. What the hell are you talking about, dude? Marcus Freeman has been there now 3 years. For you to say these are mostly your guys, the only guy that I would say is definitely yours is Jack Kaiser, because I think this is his 6th year of eligibility playing. The first year with Freeman and even last year, I would probably say definitely the first year were Kelly guys. Last year I would say majority were Kelly guys. This year it's majority of Freeman guys with maybe a couple Kelly guys. And for you to sit there and try to take away from what Freeman has done over these 3 years and say, oh, they're my guys. That's the only reason why they made it to the championship. Because that's how he's coming across, at least to me. And I may be wrong for thinking that, but that's the way he's coming across to me. Shut the hell up, okay? Sit your ass down in LSU. Why don't you just worry about winning down there first? You went down there figuring it'd be a lot easier to win championships down there. And since you've been down there, you haven't won shit. Okay. We made the playoffs this year. We are in the title game. And not like, we played cupcakes either. Georgia was a good team. We beat them. Penn State was a good team. We beat them. Indiana, you could say they shouldn't have been in. They should have been in. They're the only team that maybe you could say, oh, that was a cupcake game or whatever. But we beat them. And for you to make it seem like you're like downgrading to, you know, Freeman because they're my guys. No, they're not your guys. Go back and watch that video of when the strength and conditioning coach announced to the players who the next head coach was, and look at their reaction. I don't ever remember seeing players give that reaction towards you. Okay? So, and then for you to say, Notre Dame could win championships, but I need a different challenge. Oh, so you mean the fact that you couldn't win a championship here? You had to go try to maybe find an easier challenge? Like, did you maybe think LSU was a little bit easier to win titles? Like, if you want a challenge, don't run away from when it's not working, because it wasn't working here as far as winning challenges. But you wanted the easier route, and look where it got you. You're pretty damn close to being fired from LSU, which once you're done doing that, you'll probably be back down to junior college coaching those football teams. So I'm tired of Brian Kelly. I'm tired of him kind of putting us down. And I just wish he would shut the hell up. And again, I hope, obviously I hope and I pray that we win the title, but there's so many reasons why, and Brian Kelly would be one, just so we could say, look, you know, screw you. You left in the middle of the night. Look at what Freeman did for us. You stay down there. So that's enough Brian Kelly talk, because I don't feel like getting too fired up and get my blood pressure going. As far, you know, NFL, Super Wild Card Weekend, wasn't, well, it was the NFL Wild Card weekend. NFL took the Super away, which maybe, like, you know, King said on the Green Bay Eagles live stream that we did, maybe they should bring it back, because there was nothing really super about this weekend. The Redskins Tampa Bay game was the only entertaining game. The Philly Green Bay game was close only because neither team wanted to win. Both defenses played okay. I mean, Green Bay's defense played good. Jordan Love lost that game for him. Matt LaFleur lost that game for them. And all the injuries piling up did not help them at all. But our offense, other than Barkley, once again, just wasn't there. Jalen Hurts, I was okay with. I know, you know, King is, you know, in our group chat keeps saying he's ass, this and that, the other thing, whatever. Not going to entertain that idea anymore. Just look at Patrick Mahomes' interceptions compared to Jalen Hurts. But the Eagles better figure out something quick, because the Rams destroyed Minnesota, which I kind of figured. The past few weeks just seemed like the Minnesota magic that was going on during the season with Sam Darnold was starting to go away, and the real Minnesota team showed up, and just showed up at the wrong time. But this Rams team with Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford leading the charge there, they could give the Eagles fits if our offense doesn't figure out what they're doing. I think our defense could hang in there to a point, but at some point you need that offense to step it up. Now, earlier in the season, we did beat them. Saquon Barkley had the record game, 255 rushing yards, I think it was. You know, the most rushing yards for a Philadelphia Eagle, things like that. And, you know, this offense, like we've been saying all season, me and King, has to revolve around Saquon Barkley. You don't want to run him 30 times a game, but run him a little earlier and get that offense going, instead of waiting till the third and fourth quarter when it's close and, you know, you need to get to him to go. Kenny Gainwell is having a very good year. Run him. He's hitting holes. He's getting 4 or 5 yards, you know, a carry too. You don't have to run Saquon into the ground the first half. Just use Gainwell a little bit more. And Jalen Hurts, he doesn't have to pass 40 times a game. But pick and choose when you want to go downfield. Get A.J. Brown. You definitely got to get A.J. Brown involved. Somehow, whether it's a little 3-yard slant and let him break it open a little bit or what, but got to get him involved for this game. Now, I've been keeping an eye on the weather. It's supposed to be like a little bit of snow showers, like 35 degrees. So I think that would favor us since they're coming up to Philly because of Barkley and the running game. So I'm hoping they get this figured out, because after this round, we'll be playing either Detroit or Washington, which Washington looked good against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, just too many mistakes, and Washington was able to pull it out at the end of the game there. But hopefully this weekend's games are a little bit better than what this past weekend's game was, and it'll be entertaining. Not sure if King will be on this weekend live streaming. I know if he's not, I'll definitely do the Eagles Rams game Sunday. I believe it's 3:00. I think it's 3 p.m. is when the game starts. I'm not sure if he's going to do a Saturday game, but then I'd be willing to bet Monday night for the national title game. We'll be live streaming that again, just like last week. So make sure you guys click the subscribe buttons. Make sure your notifications are turned on, so that way when we go live, you get the notification of when we're live, and you can hop on. We always have the chat there. We have a couple regulars in there with the chat, with Hamster and Crafty Southpaw, ELS. And it's a good time. But one last thing. Stick with the NFL here. I almost forgot about the coaching carousel that's going on. Dallas Cowboys, what's Jerry doing? The way, and I'm sure you guys have seen this already, McCarthy's contract was once it was up, there was a 1-week window of negotiating, and then if they don't strike a deal, he's a free agent. Bears requested a interview with him, and Dallas denied it. So that made it sound like they were going to sign McCarthy to a new deal. Would make sense. Nope. They tried to negotiate. They tried to get something done. Couldn't get it done. And today, McCarthy is interviewing for the Bears. So what was the point of blocking him from an interview and also putting yourself a week behind when you could have used that week for an interview with Deion Sanders, who was a top candidate supposedly. Jason Witten is a top candidate supposedly. The state of the Dallas Cowboys is so bad right now that you have Troy Aikman, who during those broadcasts that you see him call the Cowboy games, shows his favoritism towards the Cowboys so much that even he came out and said that coaching job probably isn't the most exciting looking one to go after. This was America's team. And now you have one of your all-time Hall of Famers say top guys will not come to this team. And I'd be willing to bet probably not. I would not be surprised if next year Jerry Jones is the head coach. But that's the state of that team. Mike Vrabel going to the Patriots. We knew that was going to happen. I like it. Some of the Patriots fans think he's going to go after A.J. Brown in the offseason. I hope not. I hope A.J.'s here till the end of his career. Everybody says he's a diva, this and that. Had a little issue with him having the book on the sideline. I'm okay with it, especially with his reasoning. It keeps him centered. It keeps him, recenters him. I'd rather him do that instead of blowing up on Kellen Moore or AJ Hurts or any other teammates. You he had no targets, and we know the Divas receivers, they blow up when they don't have their targets. And I'm okay with AJ reading a book there to keep himself calm. I'm sure he's still interacting with his wide receiver coach or his Kellen Moore offense coordinator to discuss plays. And once they're done talking, I'm sure they go off to do their thing, and let them stay calm. But Vrabel, the way he was talking about putting pieces around Drake May, we need a big receiver that could contest catches, this, everything that A.J. Brown was. And let's not forget, Vrabel was very upset draft night when Philly traded for A.J. Brown. I mean, go back and look at the video. You could tell he wasn't even told about it until it got announced, and he was not happy. But so yeah, like I said, hopefully this weekend is going to be better NFL games. Hopefully Monday night is a good night for me and King. Make sure you guys tune in, come join in the chat there. But the only way you'll know when we're online is make sure you subscribe and have your notifications turned on. We much appreciate that. And till next time, I'm your good friend Jimbo. I'm out.